everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julie. I'm your average 29-year-old California native currently living in New York City who aspires to be a full-time travel vlogger. It's finally summer here in New York City, which means rooftop bars, picnics in the park, beautiful sunsets, iced lattes, and a lot of opportunities for money to be spent. Last week I kept track of all that I spent in a week living in New York City and filmed it all for you here in this video. I've done one of these before on my channel and it was pretty fun, so I thought I'd do it again. Some quick notes about me, my fixed expenses, and my spending habits. I pay $1,000 in rent, which is split with my boyfriend. And yes, I know that that is very affordable, and that's because I moved here when there was COVID pricing last year. I pay more or less $80 for utilities, $30 for a basic gym membership fee, $100 for pet insurance for my dog Pika, $15 for Epidemic Sound, which is a music subscription service I use for all my YouTube videos, and $10 for Spotify. My biggest variable expenses are definitely eating out and travel, and then after that I would say pet stuff, secondhand clothing, and jewelry on Etsy. Because I travel so much outside of working full-time, a lot of my budget does go to flights, Airbnbs, and excursions when I'm out traveling. When I travel, I'm not on like a backpacker budget or anything like that. However, I do like to save money where I can. I like really cheap flights, and I try to travel during the off-peak seasons. In this video, I was preparing for an upcoming trip to Colombia, so there was definitely some money spent on that. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a peek at what I spent in a week, Monday through Sunday, living in the most expensive city in the United States.
Starting the week out on a Monday morning, I head straight to my local Trader Joe's before work to just get some groceries done. I didn't get them over the weekend, so I'm getting them now. I pick up a few essentials as well as some fun things and some microwavable meals because I do have a pretty busy week ahead of me. I go home and make a delicious yogurt parfait as well as some cold brew, and then I start my work day. It starts to rain in the afternoon and I don't do much for the rest of the day except for work and edit. But before bed, I browse through a couple of Airbnb experiences that I've been wanting to do for an upcoming trip to Colombia. So I booked a salsa dancing class for me and Andrew before I head to bed.
It's a Tuesday morning, and I've already had quite an unexpected but expected expense, and it's not even 10 a.m. yet. For the last year, we've been relying on the AC unit instead of our bedroom to cool down our entire apartment because the AC unit in our living room has been broken. It was broken ever since we moved in here because both of these AC units were left down by the previous owner. Well, now both of them are broken, including the one in our bedroom because there were pigeons laying nests on it outside, and I guess all of the branches and all of the twigs got in the AC unit. So that's broken, and we just had somebody come and check it out, and he basically just suggested that we replace them. So I just went on Home Depot and I purchased an AC unit for $280. We're gonna replace the living room one, and thankfully I'm gonna be splitting that with Andrew, so the total cost only comes out to about $140. But I might pay him a little bit later as well for the AC guy coming to check out the AC. Quite unfortunate, but I feel like I knew this was coming, and you pretty much cannot survive in New York City summer without AC because it's so humid here on top of being hot, so I think we needed this. But anyways, I just had a yogurt parfait that I made at home, some coffee, and I'm going to pretty much begin working. Today I foresee a few expenses for sure. There's a couple of jewelry items that I've been eyeing on Etsy for the longest time, so I really want to purchase those. And I'm also planning an upcoming trip in July to Colombia, so there are a few Airbnb experiences that I've been thinking about, and I might book those today just to prevent them from being sold out or anything like that. So let's get on with today.
I took a midday break to walk my dog Pika with Andrew, and we stopped by Ralph's Italian Ice, a quintessential spot for water ice during the hot summer days. Andrew paid for a strawberry one, and I just ate a few spoonfuls. After work, I reserved 2 tickets to a rooftop winery in Brooklyn that we're going to on July 4th, and I also purchased some jewelry on Etsy that I've been eyeing for forever.
The jewelry, by the way, is super cute. I'm actually wearing some of them right now so that you guys can see. So these are the earrings that I purchased. They're kind of this unique rectangular shaped gold hoops, and they're pretty substantial, really heavy. So cute. They're a little bit more unique than just regular gold hoops. And then the necklace that I got was this paperclip gold necklace. Just really, really simple, adds a little sparkle, and I like to layer it just because it is so simple. But yeah, I love it. And lastly, this is the bracelet that I purchased along with this paperclip necklace. It's like this turquoise, really super dainty bracelet, and it's in sterling silver, and I just love how simple it looks. It just kind of adds a little pop of color, and I'll be wearing this all the time.
On Wednesday, I welcome Chester, who's a super cute and sweet doggy client that I sit regularly, and I make a green smoothie at home for breakfast with spinach, banana, peach, soy milk, and chia seeds. For lunch, I make these spicy Korean cold noodles. You just boil and drain the noodles under cold water, put in the spicy sauce and then the sesame oil that it comes with, mix it all really, really well, add the radish broth, and top it off with some hard-boiled eggs. It was so freaking good, and it definitely hit the spot. After work, I walked Chester around the neighborhood and enjoyed some sun, then went back home and made a simple spicy tomato pasta at home. Yay, it's Friday Eve. I go to the gym with Andrew in the morning and I pay $30 a month for a basic membership. Then we had a virtual game hour at work and I had $40 to expense for food, so I ordered some Thai food. Got roti, tom yum soup, crab fried rice, basil noodles, spicy basil noodles, and spring rolls. Total came out to $39.20 and it was completely paid by work. After work, I hop on the bus to meet a friend for dinner, and the ticket machine thing in the back was broken, so the ride was free. My friend is visiting her sister in New York City, so we catch up over some overpriced small lobster rolls and headed to a cute outdoor wine bar afterwards for some sangria. I paid for my friend's drink. Then I took the bus home, and how crazy is it that the machine thing in the front this time was out of service, so the ride was free again. Yay! Finally, Friday! I start the morning with a long walk by the East River with Chester. While this was all happening, a guy came over to install our new AC, and I sent Andrew money for half the cost. I then make my usual summer breakfast, which is a Greek yogurt with some seasonal fruit, in this case some sweet juicy peaches, some muesli for fiber, and then this homemade barley tea cold brew. You can find this tea in Korean markets and it's so refreshing. I only work until 2 p.m. on this day, so I head over to Trader Joe's again after work to just pick up some heavier items that I didn't want to carry on my Monday trip, such as some fresh fruit and some sparkling water. After work, I take the train up to Midtown and have some delicious, spicy, thick Chinese noodles that Andrew graciously paid for. It'll definitely be my go-to noodle spot from now on. Then we headed to Chinatown for some dessert that Andrew wanted, and he also treated me to a custard-filled taiyaki that was not good at all. Our last excursion was a rooftop bar that I reserved in the Citizen M Hotel in Bowery, and oh my gosh, the views were so beautiful. We purposely went during 7:45 p.m. to watch the sunset, and the best part was that the credit card machine wasn't working, so our drinks were completely free. We could have walked home, but I was dumb and decided to wear new shoes tonight, which hurt my feet so badly, so we paid for a bus ride back home. I start off the weekend by walking Chester, of course, and then I head over to the laundromat with Andrew to do some overdue laundry. Laundry in Manhattan is ridiculously expensive, and I paid $21 to wash and dry 3 loads of laundry. While waiting for laundry, we walked to Target to pick up some essentials for the home, and Andrew paid for this. In the afternoon, we had a late lunch at Grill 21, which is a homey Filipino spot that I always walk by but I've never been to, and I'm so glad I went because the food was so good and comforting. And Andrew very graciously paid for this meal. Then we walked over to Gel and Chill for some traditional Chinese dessert called bingfen, which is made from ice or herbal jelly, seeds, nuts, and dried berries. But this place had some modern twists, so there were so many creative options to choose from. I paid for one and shared it with Andrew. Then I came back home and did more planning for Colombia and booked a sunset sailing tour on Viator for both me and Andrew. For dinner, Andrew ordered us some Korean fried chicken from a local spot and some truffle french fries, and we just had that at home with some homemade watermelon soju.
Really quickly, I do want to note that on this stay, there was also $142 that came out of my bank account. That was actually half of an Airbnb payment for one of the places that we'll be staying in Colombia, and that was technically already paid for and accounted for in my travel expenses that I keep track of, so I'm not going to include that in this video.
It's Sunday and I start off my morning with my usual yogurt and peaches, and then I sit down to, again, plan more Colombia. This time I'm booking a day trip excursion close to Medellin on Airbnb Experiences, and I pay for both me and Andrew. For lunch I have a very sad steamed sweet potato at home, and then I took Chester on a walk with me because I started craving an iced latte and pastries.
There's Chester, walking to get some coffee right now. It's crazy because the streets are pretty empty. Probably because it's July 4th tomorrow, so all the New Yorkers simultaneously left the city and are going on their respective summer vacays.
I walked to a Puerto Rican coffee shop for an iced skim milk latte, and then to a pastry shop for quite literally the best mini banana cream pie ever. In the evening, we took the train up to West Harlem because I reserved 2 spots at the Baylander, which is a ship-turn restaurant on the water. The ship used to be a small aircraft carrier during the Vietnam War, and it was such a cool experience dining on the water. The food was also really reasonably priced. Andrew ordered everything and also took on the bill. We timed this experience again to be during sunset, and it was beautiful. I'm making it a goal to see as many sunsets as I possibly can during the summer this year in New York City.
Alright, so the grand total for this week was $664.67. Definitely a bit steep for me. As you can see, a lot of them were one-time expenses like the air conditioning as well as the excursions for my upcoming trip. I used to spend more money going out and getting coffee, but lattes are so expensive in New York City, and I realized that 4 lattes added up can pretty much equate to a super cool food tour in another country. So yeah, pretty proud of myself. Plus I like making coffee at home nowadays anyways. Also, spending $21 on 3 loads of laundry might seem pretty mind-blowing to some people, but that's because I don't have any laundry machines here in my apartment building, or actually any amenities for that matter. And that's pretty much the effort that it takes if I want to have the cheap rent that I do, which I'm completely fine with. Hope you enjoyed watching this fun video and that it was somewhat informational. I do make travel vlogs and guides regularly, as well as vlogs on my life here in New York City. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, make sure that you subscribe so that you can come along with me. Anyways, I hope that you all stay cool during the summer and eat lots of watermelon, aka my favorite fruit. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!